What's going on, Sagittarius? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a great week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just incredible, Sag. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Yeah, I thought I had something to say to that section. We're just going to keep it moving. But with this weekly spread, no shenanigans today. Well, we'll see. It's still early. But whenever you ever come across this weekly spread, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Sagittarius. Now, I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck. Here's a newer one, so get pumped, Sag, and then I'll get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that I like watching Sag, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group. I think you would enjoy them. Well, let's see what's going on here with your energy. Are you ready for this? Let's say this weekend, Sagittarius. Saturn's going to be going direct depending on when you're watching this, Saturday, the 4th of November. So it's going to be some interesting energy that's going through here going forward. So just kind of pay attention to that. So, yeah. All right, let's go ahead and get into your first card here. Ooh, and look at you. So, absolutely you are. Because Sagittarius, you got the wise one here. And this is a card of tradition and order. And you know, I feel like for some that there is this energy of for some, I almost feel like that there is this energy of needing to look to, like, to kind of look for guidance in a sense. Like, I'm getting kind of like Hierophant energy that's coming through here with this wise one. Like, maybe for some, we're like seeking out some sort of counsel, or maybe some sort of advice, or maybe even trying to, maybe there's something that we're needing to make. I mean, you're a sign of higher learning, so maybe there's something here, even like as far as like getting like a mentor possibly, but even on a grander scale, like this hand is kind of like pointing up to this eye here. There's even this energy of maybe even for some like kind of connecting to like maybe even some sort of like ancestral type of things as well, kind of looking to maybe like some old like some traditions and things, like paying attention to like the foundation that has been laid. It's not that we're staying rigid in one thing, Sagittarius, but it's like looking to almost like looking to the counsel of elders or wiser ones in the sense in order to bring about a more clear vision about maybe where your direction of your life is trying to go, and considering too how your rulers in Taurus for the next year, you know, that's a especially when I'm thinking about more so like as far as like the financial aspect of it, or maybe even finding like security in like home space or something along those lines. It's like, and there's even this energy of it's like trying to bring things like again trying to bring some things in order, but there's like a way about going about it that I feel like it's let me get some tarot on this, Sagittarius, and get some details with this. Let me grab this card, Sag, and let's see what's going on here. Interesting. Okay, so you have the Two of Wands, the Princess of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and then the Universe here, Sagittarius. And while I was even shuffling, I feel like when this two of Wands popped up here, let's start there. Because I even feel like for some, there might even be for some, like maybe going against, I'm even kind of getting like a tower type of energy coming through here, where we're kind of, we're taking tradition in a sense in like establishing our own type of thing here, trying something new, you know, doing something that like really fulfills us. Let's say, for example, you come from maybe like a military background, and you know that's like the tradition to go into the service and do this thing, but you want to do something else. Maybe you want to, well, since we got the universe here, as cartographer popped into my head, or maybe you want to sail. Maybe you want to just sail the seas, Sagittarius. Maybe you want to go. I'm getting very adventurous energy that's coming through here, but there's something here. I feel like maybe even about expanding your universe in a sense. It's just like maybe we've been following again. Maybe we've been following a certain like strict sort of like guideline, or like treating something like I don't know if dogma is quite the right word, but something with that we've almost held as like a maxim, but now it's like trying to just broaden that some, and do something more with just this tradition here. You know, make your own tradition in a sense. You know, bring about a new sense of order, possibly, that you may even be trying to do here, Sagittarius. It's Let me get a little bit more with this Two of Wands here. Because it seems like that we're just like trying to figure out where to channel our energy in a sense. Like, and it's like, I feel like this wise one is like, in order to become wise, it's just like we need to, and that is true, like we need to experience things and kind of see things for ourselves in a sense. Like, but let me, because maybe for some we've been feeling like a little restricted, possibly. Not just been feeling, or there hasn't been this sense of fulfillment in what we've been doing, or maybe where we're living. And it's like we're trying to establish a new dominion in a sense with this Two of Wands here. Because usually with the Two of Wands, there's this figure that is holding the world. So let me see what's going on here. Yeah. Interesting. Alright, so the Two of Wands is clarified by the Prince of Swords, the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and then the Ace of Discs. And I do feel that it's interesting with this Queen of Cups, because she is, in this deck, she is susceptible to the energies that are around her. And maybe that's something that's been going on with you, Sagittarius. And not necessarily, I'm not feeling like there's this cruel energy per se that's going on. But maybe for some, it's like, you know, maybe we came from a family of doctors, or maybe there's this certain tradition that's needing to be followed. But now that we're breaking this mold, maybe there's this, or maybe even there's this fear even of breaking this mold, and as opposed to what others may think about you, or whatever this is. You know, maybe instead of being like a family of, I don't know, whatever this is, lawyers, you know, maybe we're going to join the circus. I mean, it's something like that, where it's like maybe not so extreme, but it's like we're wanting to like start something new, something different, try something that, you know, really kind of find your self image and create just a different type of foundation here, Sagittarius. So, and you know, with the universe here, you do, the world is your oyster, you know, and I do feel like yours is one that is not, yours is a sign of freedom and of growth and of learning. You know, you're the adventurers of the Zodiac. So, and maybe we've been kind of stagnant maybe for a little bit, and it's time to embark on something, just something different, something new, something, yeah, something that's not maybe just the norm in either your environment or, Alright, Sagittarius, but I think I'm going to leave that there. So just something to consider. Let's get another oracle on this. you. Let's see what's going on here, Sag. Oh, look at you. Okay. So you got the Hunter card here, Sag, in which you, I love that you got the Hunter considering that you're the Archer. But this is a card of sure-footedness and predestination. And even with this, Sagittarius, you know, because even when I'm kind of feeling this Prince of Swords here, he's the in this deck. You know, the princesses are the knights in this deck, the Thoth deck. But the princes represent air and the swords represent air. So he's just full of air, just the airy part of it. Very free spirited is what this. That's interesting that he's giving me that type of energy. But there's this with that sure-footedness. You know, I almost I feel that there is this energy of going through it almost feels like that there's this calling that is kind of coming through here, Sagittarius. It's like a yearning to like go somewhere. It's like maybe you've been so used to things being so structured, you know, or having to follow a certain type of guideline. Everything's been predetermined for you. And I feel that there's a need to try to find a new type of like to get this same sort of confidence but in a different type of way, you know. It's like, and I know you have a lot of cards here. It's like this tradition, this predestination, but it feels like that, you know, especially with the universe being here, this Ace of Cups is just like, is that really where your heart is trying to guide you, or is there's something more that you're trying to get out of this thing, you know, and try to bring in this order. You know, it's like we can bring order to something new, to a different type of dream here, but it's only going to be, I feel like we'll never be sure about that next step until we take that step, you know, and journey into the unknown. I'm even getting like a moon card type of energy that's coming through here, Sagittarius. But let's get some tarot on this and get some details. And I feel like it's like once you, like, let's say you want to just travel the world. Let's say you want to go to Greece. You know, just like, I feel like it's like once your mind is like, and you feel like that's really resonating with you, keep your eyes on the prize there. Set that mark and figure out what ways we can do to make that happen. Or maybe you want to, ha! See, when you set your eyes on the prize, there's that more. The moon comes through. Love when spirit does that. Excuse me, let me get some tea. Hold on, Sag. Alright. So you have the moon, the Knight of Disc, the Ten of Swords, and then the Ten of Cups. And that's interesting with these Ten of Swords, Ten of Cups here, because you know, the Ten of Swords in this deck can be like, it's like heralding the end of delusions. You know, it can be a tough card, this Ten of Swords, but it's like, you know, seeing, I feel like with this, you know, considering that we were talking about that journey to the unknown and the moon pops up, it's like for some, I feel like you may feel that you've needed to kind of stay, it's like in this little, this, it's like your world has been kind of small in this sense. And listen, it's not saying that you're like needing to up and move or anything like that, but I just feel like that there's something here with the Knight of Disc. It's like we're so, maybe for some it's like we've been so rooted in doing something, or so like there's a stubbornness that's even kind of coming through here. And I do feel like Sagittarius, yours is a sign that is one that needs to experience. You're here to experience life and really kind of see it to the fullest. You can still have, like, let's say like your home base, but then travel the world in a sense, or travel your country, or whatever that's looking like. But I feel like there's it's like this Ten of Cups is almost giving me this thing of, are we content with where things are and staying, like, because the Knight of Disc gives me like, because his horse is literally attached to the earth, and something feels that it's like that maybe kind of like anchoring you down in a sense, and I do feel, maybe this is a mindset or whatever this is, but Ten of Swords can also, this is a card of ruin. And I feel like it's not necessarily going to ruin you, but it's just going to keep, because life isn't so predictable where it's just like, oh, I'm going to set aside, and that might even be something too. Maybe for some, we've come across this energy where we had things all lined up here, things were going to go a certain type of way, and then all of a sudden it just all started to just crumble down. It's like maybe there's been just kind of tower moment after tower moment, and it's just been a lot of yeah, there's a lot of changes, I feel, and it's just like now we're trying to figure out how to bring order to that, because now it's like the idea of how we're going through things have changed here, and that can be scary there, Sagittarius. Journeying into the unknown. Not quite having a clear direction as far as like where things are going, but it's equally exciting, when you think about that, because it's just like now the opportunities are limitless as far as what you can do. You can literally start from scratch, and again, that can be overwhelming, but it can also be exhilarating, and hmm, yeah, very fascinating here, Sagittarius. But all right, I think I'm gonna leave that there. Now let's get your last oracle card. And for those of you who I do feel like maybe you've been kind of having trouble finding steady ground here, maybe even that's what's going on with this Knight of Disc. I do feel like that it's, as you start getting things figured, things will fall into place. It's not. I feel like it's not just going to be where it feels like that the ground is just constantly falling from underneath you, but exactly, because that's all we need. I like that, Seth. It's like your energies are just lining up very well. Because you got the Sentinel card here. And this is a card of determination and certainty. And where, for some, especially when I was talking about how we feel something is predestined, we're going to do this thing, we know it in our heart of hearts. I don't doubt that for a second. But I do feel that there is a need to just be mindful that, just to be flexible and adaptable when things happen, like, and not to say like your dreams are going to be crushed, but it's just more so just being you're just being adaptable with how life can throw you curveballs. We may need to go about it, how we may go about getting to, let's say, that doctor, that lawyer, that military thing, for example, may not be the traditional route, or maybe because it even seems like maybe you come from, it could even be something as small as like maybe you come from a family of like neurosurgeons and you decided to go to cardio, or maybe you want to do physical therapy, or it's still medicine, but it's just not, maybe not be exactly, or maybe you're trying to get into like something like Reiki, or like something like out of the box like that, and it may not be where others approve of it at first, but it's just like, if you know that you're meant to do this, you be of service in a certain different type of way, like, keep that determination, but and I feel like too, Sagittarius, for whatever it is that you may be doing. I feel like it's like knowing with certainty that because you're Jupiter ruled, and Jupiter is about growing and expanding, and that's for certain, you know, and that's where I feel that you just make sure whatever you're doing that you are just getting the most experience out of life and making sure that you're just growing and becoming the wise. Because you're a very wise sign as well, very spiritual. That comes a lot of spirituality that comes with being ruled by Jupiter as well, and yeah, but this determination, this sentinel is giving me this yeah, this really sort of like yeah, let me get some tarot on this and get a little bit more with that Sagittarius. Because it's like we know something with our heart of hearts here, but it's hmm, hmm. All right, last little bit here, Sagittarius. Ooh, one of your cards, I like that. Ha! Where we talk about that tower? I'm with it. See how they. All right. So you have the lovers, the tower, the knight of swords, and then the strength card here, Sagittarius. And let's switch back over. All right. What am I 2 for 3? But with this energy, Sagittarius, I do feel that with the tower here, there's I do feel like something is changing here, and I just like this eyes that are popping up here. It's like we're seeing something from a different perspective in a way, and I feel like this is revealing some sort of decisions, you know, because the Lovers card can be a card of choices, and and I like that you have both Pisces, the Moon, and Gemini, the Lovers, because both of those signs are signs of duality, and they're both mutable signs, but like just like yourself. But I do feel that there is this for some there is like needing to see things from a couple of perspectives here before we make like a sure-footed mood, or you know, or before we're feeling real certain about something. It's like there's a question I feel like that's needing to be asked here with this energy, and before we just kind of summon up all this strength and go at it with gusto. And it's not to doubt yourself, Sagittarius, but it's more so just like that. Is this really the thing that's going to fill up all your cups, with the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups being here? Is this really, are we following our hearts? Are we sure that this is where we're going? And then if so, then keeping that determination, figuring out, doing what you can and will to make this thing manifest. But I do feel with the Knight of Swords too, because these are the kings in this deck. The Knight of Swords is giving me another. This is a wise one as well. That there's paying attention to maybe. I feel like there's going to be some advice that's possibly coming through here from a wise one that's going to help bring order to maybe some of the decisions that you're making, and just being open to. It may not be like a formal teacher, but just someone who has some really strong insight. I feel like, you know, just pay attention to that, and as far as like, yeah, like some sort of advice that's coming through as far as like the direction of your journey here, Sagittarius. And I feel like it's going to something really. I feel like really exciting is going to happen. We're going to see things from a different way. And the Knight of Swords again is a card of wisdom, and I feel like it's going to bring about a certain type of wisdom in you as well. Like a lot of potential for, I feel like, for growth in this, and change in things. But yeah, it's like you come because the universe is the last stop on the major arcana train before we start all over again as the fool. So it's like you're getting ready to, we're going into a new chapter it seems like. So just something to keep in mind there, Sagittarius. I like this though. This feels real dope. Whew. But if hopefully I hope that made sense there, Sagittarius. But if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up if you like that, and share the Sagittarius. I do feel that again, because yours is one I do feel like that is you are a very wise sign, and when I feel like when the archer sets his mark on something, I feel like it's going towards that thing, but just making sure that's where it's that you that's pulling that bow and arrow, and not someone else kind of following some sort of predestined thing. It only just because, and again, there's nothing wrong with safe, but is safe going to keep you excited for life, get you tackling each day with new excitement and things there, Sagittarius. And then if you haven't already there, you tower, subscribe, no, I don't know, subscribe, hit that bell button, get notified when I release videos each week. And then lastly, got the lovely Queen of Cups here, got a little lunar shenanigans, but if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the Chariot, friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. Absolutely discuss the moon, even when it's Pisces. And it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Sag. And you got the Three of Discs here. And I do feel like with this, because this is a card of works, and that's interesting. Because I've always looked at it, usually, like, I've looked at this card like a card of, like, like a lot of work is getting ready to happen. I do feel like things are going to get busy, but I more so, like, the works part of it is just like, does this work as far as, like, what we're doing so far? Is this really the works of who you are, or like what you're meant to do here? It's like, it's a different type of energy with this works card here. It's just like it's like we're building, or it's like understanding the workings of you, and how this, or even just understanding like a differently how this journey works, or and that's why I feel like this kind of tower is coming through here. It's like this paradigm shift, even in a sense there, Sag, but something to think about there. But let me get your oracle card here, so I can get you out of here. Get you out of here on whatever this adventure is that you're going on. Getting ready to, maybe you're getting ready to go spread some wisdom around there, Sagittarius. Maybe you're going to, I don't know what that's looking like, like, that might be something to consider too, so I'm with it. Oh. Thank you. Alright, Sagittarius, so you have the round and round card. And I feel with this energy, it is giving me this, of course, this sort of like circling energy, where it's like we may have been kind of, again, going after something. For some, it's just like, I feel like it's like we knew that, where we thought we knew we were going to be doing one thing, but it's just kind of led you in a circle. It's just been kind of doing the same old stuff. But now this moon card here, this tower, this lovers, it's just like there's a choice to make a different destination, to close out a cycle with the universe and go do something different. It's like, for example, I have a musical background, and it's been a little while since I've played the sax. I'm definitely going to pick that back up at some point, but I had in my head, once I figured out what I was good at in high school, that I wanted to, that's what I was going to do. I didn't know what it was going to look like, but I was going to do that thing. And then some life stuff happened, and then I ended up not doing that thing. And then I was kind of just sort of going round and round for a while, just kind of like in that sort of limbo state, until kind of found would lead to the cards, and then this thing is kind of taken off and has brought my journey in an interesting type of path here. But and that's what I feel like is happening here. It's just like we're going to find, and it's not to say that what you may have gone through, let's say you were trained to be that doctor, didn't work out, or whatever that is, it's not like that experience was wasted. It's you needed those skills for something, and then now it's time to take that and apply it to something new, in a sense. And again, not that you're necessarily going through like a career change per se, but I do feel like there is a shift that is happening in some type of, yeah, something is changing here, Sagittarius. So all right, but I think I'm gonna leave that there. But you stay safe out there, Sag, with this possible new adventure that you're going on, or however this might be looking like. Yeah, just if we're traveling or whatever it is, safe travels, and you raise your vibration to the roof. Make sure that we're doing things that does raise our vibrations to the roof. Stick to our calling, and kind of tuning into yourself, and But then I will catch you, Sag, on the next one. Later.